Sure we can do it. We just got to. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know we can do it. Sure we can do it. We got to.
In March, I planted some seed potatoes in the vegetable garden, and I covered them, not with soil, but with a black weed suppressing membrane, which in theory lets the water through, but not the light. And this was a bit of an experiment because I'd heard and I've seen other people doing this, and but I couldn't remember whether they did it with a tarpaulin or whether they did it with a weed suppressing membrane, or quite what the material was. So, absolute experiment. Now the potato plants are beginning to get very pale and look like they're very much ready to be lifted. They could probably grow for a lot longer, but it's very dry and it's been very hot, and the plants look like they're struggling. So I thought today I would peel back the membrane and just have a look and see what's going on underneath that membrane. Because I doubted whether the weed suppressing membrane would be enough, I did a better experiment, or at least I think it was a better experiment, because I did two scenarios. So at this end I put the weed suppressing membrane here, and then I put some composted wood chippings over the top of it, and my theory being that when I've peeled the membrane back, the composted wood chippings can then improve the soil. So that's what I did at this end. And then at the other end of the bed, there are a few plants that don't have any wood chippings over them, and you see that's just the membrane. And so it would be interesting to see whether it's better with one or with the other, and then we'll know. So this is the end with no additional chippings on it. Well, they've grown, that's for sure, but they're absolutely full of what I would guess are huge slug holes. Not very good, is it? So now I'll have a look at the end that's had the wood chippings on it as well. And because it's really windy, I'm hoping that the wind isn't going to blow the camera over on its little tripod. So I'm actually going to look at two plants, and I'm breaking the tops off so I can lift the plastic back more easily. It's not glamorous, but I can already see potatoes and they're not green, and they don't have holes in them, or I don't think they do anyway. Let's have a look. So I'm getting rid of the things to hold it down. Oh, well, this is just let's try and hold that straight. How good does this look? And look, so there's the odd one there's the odd one that's been eaten by a slug, but these are looking good, and there's lots of them. And this is still, it's only been 12 weeks since I think it's 12, maybe 13 weeks since I put the original seed potatoes in. God, that's cracking. I'm really pleased. Oh, that one's loose, so we'll have that for supper tonight. And that one. If there's any loose ones, we ought to have those. So yes, I'm sorry about the shadow of the camera. It's a very bright day, and filming it is not easy. There we go. I'm really pleased. So I've pinned that down and covered it back over, and we'll have another look in a couple more weeks. But as you can see, the plants are really struggling through a lack of water and overheat. So I'll give them a water tonight, and then we'll have a look in a couple of weeks.